Welcome to the Positive Light with Yahweh's House of Praise. To the angel of the church in Ephesus, write: These are the words of him who holds the seven stars in his right hand and walks among the seven lampstands. I know your deeds, your hard work, and your perseverance. I know that you cannot tolerate wicked people, and you have tested those who claimed to be apostles, but are not, and have found them false. You have persevered and endured hardship for my name, and have not grown weary. Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken the love you had at first. Consider how far you have fallen. Repent and do the things you did at first. If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place. But you have this in your favor: you hate the practice of Nicolaitans, which I also hate. Whoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To the one who is victorious, I will give the right to eat from the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God. Revelations 2, 1 and 7. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Listen, last thing we talked about was how to motivate when you have nothing left. This is part two. So, how last thing we talked about was moving on. In this part, we were talking about how to say no. This is about the church of Ephesus. In Revelations chapter 2, it talks about the church of Ephesus. When you have time, read it. Do not just take my word for it. Now, in the church of Ephesus, it talks about how God was saying to them, saying, hey, you're doing everything else well. You fighting in my name. You casting out demons in my name. You're projecting my will. But one thing you did wrong was moved away from your first love, which was God, which is one thing, having a relationship. And the Bible also says in another place, it says, haven't I cast out demons in your name? Haven't I spoke life in your name? He's never denied it. He said, but I never knew you, meaning that you never had a relationship. So the next part of this is all about how to motivate yourself when you have nothing left. One, we said you have to make a relationship. Now, this one, I'm telling you, remember the reason that you have that relationship. Remember the reason why you have to fight. Remember the reason why God put you there. You are wonderfully made. You're more wonderful than anything else in this world. So do not allow someone else's opinion to change your outlook, because sometimes when your outlook is changed, your diversity in who you are changes. You begin to compensate because somebody else say you don't need to do that, you should do this. So many people in the Bible have done the opposite thing that God said for them to do, but actions came along with it. The whale, you already know the story. God told that individual to do one thing. He was like, He tried to run out on the sea. Jonah got swallowed up and stayed in the whale for a long period of time until he said, okay, God, I'll do it. But that causes you to do the wrong thing. But until you do right, you stay in that the same thing. God allows you to deal with that. Sometimes it's called just like our parents do. Sometimes they gotta whoop your behind for you to understand. Some people gotta catch that for you to get it. Now, this means you must say no to the bad relationships. You must say no to the things that are negative in your life. You must say no to the things that are causing you to fall astray in any given direction so that you can follow what God has for you. You can push towards what the Lord has for you. You can push towards what everything that you should be doing in the right manner. What does that mean? Stop giving in to everyone else that says, oh, no, you don't need to do this. You should do this. You need to do that. No, 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 no. Let God guide you and direct your path. And that starts with what? Relationship. That starts with you building that relationship. Because in the end, you don't want him to say, for I never knew you. So that you telling you that you're going to hell because you didn't build the relationship. It's just like you trying to date somebody, you there for one thing, but you're not there to fully commit, but you want the beneficiary to say, hey, I'm with this person. That don't work. Having commitment to that particular individual always works. Having love for that particular individual will always work. But to not have it, meaning it will never work. So, learn how to say no to it. Learn how to deny your flesh on so many levels, meaning you know dang well you trying to lift weights, you trying to exercise, you know that you're overweight, but you still want to eat the wrong things. You still want the same old things to speak into you instead of the different things that's going to help you get to where you need to go. Sometimes it's best for you to listen and let God do the rest. And I'm not going to front. Sometimes I'm hard-headed. But it took me to go through some things and realize I need to say no to some of these other things in my life. No, that can't happen. No, I can't let these people deal with me like that. No, I cannot just push myself to the point that I can't do what is required of me for me to live and take care of my family. I have to say no to things. And you do too. So at this moment, I want you to understand with relationship, it must be fully about positivity. God comes to you openly, but he wants you to build the relationship so that the relationship you build can guide your life so you will lack nothing. With God, you will lack nothing. With God, you will lack nothing. I said that multiple times so that you can understand. Your greatest benefit is to be with God in relationship, inviting him into your life as your Lord. Not just somebody say, hey, I believe in God. That's just a topic of a conversation. The adversary won't do nothing to you just because you say you in a relationship with God. But he'll do the most damage to you if you actually know him. If you actually know God, you're a threat because you can break down the adversary's kingdom. You can break down any form of negativity if you believe in God and actually follow what he says and what he does. But it's up to you to actually want to do that. Do you want to be like the Church of Ephesus and cast out in his name, work in his name, but never have the relationship? Or do you want what God says that it belongs to you? Do you want what you're worth and what you should be after? If that is what you want, learn how to deny your flesh and say no to other things so that you can grow and go and start to recognize where you are. Now, this is something that happens over time. You're going to fall down, but you have to get back up. You're going to fall down, but you have to get back up. If you choose to stay there, you will remain the same. But if you get back up, you will remain changed. Listen to God with your mind and your ears and your heart. God will guide you in the right way, never the wrong. God bless you. Remember this: whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. Thank you so much for listening to The Positive Light with Yahweh's House of Praise.